Before being executed, Gol D. Roger had a request. He asked Garp to take care of his child who was about to be born. The reason being, at the time, everyone who had a direct lineage or connection with Roger would be executed. With that in mind, there's another One Piece theory that I would like to discuss on this occasion. When Roger asked for help, Garp initially refused and even said that it was a preposterous idea. But the Pirate King knew that eventually, his friend would do that for him. After Ace was born, Garp took care of him. However, due to the fact that Garp was, and still a Marine who has to fill his duty, he left Ace with Dayton. But the real question is, why did Roger entrusted Ace to Garp, and not Rayleigh, who has always been his confidant? If only Ace was taken under Rayleigh's wing since his childhood, surely he would have been taught some hockey techniques early on. Luffy, who was taught some hockey techniques for 2 years by Rayleigh, has already been that strong, let alone Ace if he had been taught for more than 10 years. The writer has speculation on why did Roger chose to entrust Ace to Garp. Keep in mind, that this is just a theory, so, don't take it seriously. After Roger is executed, everyone who had a relationship with the Pirate King would also be put to death, including his crew. So far, Roger's men that have been shown in the story are Rayleigh, Crocus, Scopper Gabon, Shanks, and Buggy. They all will put all of their efforts to escape from the Marines' grasp. Rayleigh, Gabon, and Crocus were certainly able to look after themselves. But at that time, Shanks and Buggy were still very young, perhaps around 15. It must have been hard for them to live their lives while being chased by the Marines. As the first mate, Rayleigh certainly felt responsible for the safety of Shanks and Buggy. With the captain gone, then the first mate would take responsibility for the fate of the entire crew, therefore, Rayleigh chose to look after Shanks and Buggy. Not only that, but Rayleigh also trained them to become strong enough to be able to look after themselves in the future. Eventually, Rayleigh trained Shanks and Buggy on Rusukaina, the same island where Rayleigh trains Luffy. There, they were trained for about 10 years, that's why Shanks has a god level of hockey. So, why that there's quite of a power gap between Shanks and Buggy, even that they're both trained by Rayleigh. That is because everyone has their own potentials. Shanks has enormous potential, far exceeding Buggy's, that is why, although being trained by the same teacher, there is a big gap between their powers. Perhaps Roger knew that Shanks and Buggy will be taken care of by Rayleigh, so he wouldn't give him another burden by entrusting Ace to him. In other words, this is why Roger chose to entrust Ace to Garp, a rival he sincerely trusted. And in conclusion, Roger did not entrust Ace to Rayleigh since that would add another burden to his first mate. That was another One Piece theory on Roger's reason for not entrusting Ace to Rayleigh. If you find this discussion exciting, share it with your pals.
Ah, me segunda!